What is going on, Bull Nation? I am LaserBolt, and welcome to another DMZ video, guys. Today, we're going to be talking about the brand new faction that's going to be making its way into DMZ for Season 6. Now, this is coming from a lot of information that we got not only from playing the game, but a lot of stuff that has been discovered within some files. Today, we're going to be talking about what this faction is, who they are, how did they become, who are the enemies, and who might be the people we might be facing in Season 6. We're just 2 weeks away from Season 6, so it's time to ramp things up and talk about this brand new faction and what type of missions can we expect. Are they going to be more PvP or more PvE focused? So let's go ahead and dive in and talk about this brand new faction. As you guys know, guys, we have multiple factions currently in the game. We've had Legion, Redacted, Planex, Black Moose, White Lotus, Crown. And if you guys have been playing since Season 1, each of these factions have its own perspective when it comes to the way missions are applied. Some are more PvE focused, some are more PvP focused. Some of them require you to loot a lot, so each faction has its own different type of sentiment. Now, as of right now, we've only had one pretty tough faction that was very PvP focused, and it was extremely bloody. Now, when I mean bloody is they wanted you to go out and kill. But guys, this new faction might take its place. We're talking about the Coney group. Now, this brand new faction, guys, we got a glimpse of who they are and what we could expect. One of the interesting things about this particular faction, guys, is the brand new camo that got released recently. It has to be one of the most difficult camos. And I think this camo gives us a direct reference of what type of missions we could expect for PvP. And you're probably wondering, Laser, what do you mean? Well, in order for me to understand and take you guys into this whole journey, let's take a look at the logo of the Coney faction. As you guys know, the Coney faction has a very interesting logo. It is a big head of a snake that is pretty much being bitten by a sword, or a sword is coming down the throat of the snake. Now, within the emblem itself, we get some language which translates to the following: precision and accuracy. Now, one interesting thing to note is now that we know that the logo is in the Coney group is the snake, what else do we know currently right now in the game that ties this together? Well, there is a brand new camo that you guys know, the most difficult camo currently in the game, the most challenging camo in the game, kind of gives us a basis and an overall idea of what type of faction this is and what type of missions we are going to be getting. As you guys may know, the Serpentine camo, like I said, one of the most difficult camos, and it is called the Serpentine camo, right tying into reference to the logo of the Coney group. A serpentine, a serpent, a snake, which is pretty much the same thing, is the name of this particular camo. So what do we know about the Serpentine? If we ever Google it or find some information, we do know that this is a reference to a Bible reference in Genesis, where we do know about the serpentine, or the serpent who deceived Adam and Eve. The thing here to note is not so much that particular part of the story, but what we're really interested in is in the characteristics of a serpentine, or a serpentine, or a snake. Well, one of the main characteristics is we know that it is very deceitful, and we could see this main attribute within the particular mission of us trying to go ahead and get this camo. Number one, remember, we have to hunt down the scavenger. And we have to trade and barter within the scavenger's kind of, shop or store. And this particular thing is very noticeable, especially in the last stage when you get this camo, where you have to be very deceitful to go into the storm and purchase the stuff from within the shop to be able to obtain and get the camo. Not only that, but you do have to go ahead and collect a lot of things in a very sneaky way in order to be able to get this particular camo. Another characteristic that we know is that it's willing to betray whoever they want, regardless of what comes their way. And we kind of get a reference to this particular portion of the, via the camo for this particular faction, due to the fact that we know some of the members for this faction is the Bomb Maker and the Bullfrog. And what does the camo have us do? It has us go kill the Bomb Maker for a specific item, and it has us killing the Bullfrog for a specific item as well. So we know they're willing to betray their own regardless of what happens. Now, we do know that they play a very integral part into Building 21. And if you guys have followed any of the lore, you guys kind of get an idea of exactly what's going on behind these operations and how the infiltration of Building 21 and happened and how they engaged Shadow Company. Now, that's going to be a separate video. If you guys want to see a lore bit, let me know. But there is a very big backstory of the way they were able to infiltrate that. Now, we do know based on Modern Warfare 3 how season 6 is going to tie in perfectly, kind of telling the story as we progress from Modern Warfare 2 into Modern Warfare 3. And how does this tie together? Well, we do know that the commander of the Coney group is Vladimir Makarov. Now, we do know that within the trailer of Modern Warfare 3, we see a introduction to him as he's being escorted out of jail. So we do see how these are intertwining together and becoming part of a coalition, leading us to season 6 and introducing us into this brand new faction via DMZ as the story progresses within DMZ. Now, I know the question you guys are having, Laser, okay, what does that mean for the missions? Are they going to be hard? Are they going to be difficult? I expect the missions to be very difficult, or at least extremely challenging when it comes to the Coney faction. I expect us to be going to multiple locations, primarily going into Ashika Island, Building 21, and we do know that there was a big problem that they had with the Crown to be able to go to the Saya Observatory. So I do expect a couple missions happening within these locations, and kind of getting an idea that these locations are very PvP focused, and there is going to be a lot of bloodshed happening, especially PvPing. I do think that they're going to be tilting a little bit to PvPing, but we're going to be doing a lot of extracting of special items from these locations that could possibly get us killed just on the way the Coney group actually operates. Now, with that being said, I'm extremely excited for this particular faction because out of all the factions, there's only been one that's been extremely hardcore. So I'm really excited to see another hardcore faction coming our way, and hopefully crossing my fingers that that comes into fruition. Now, I want to know from you guys, what do you guys think about the Coney factions? Do you like them? Are you for them? Are you against them? Or what do you guys feel like the missions are going to be? Do you think they're going to be hard? Do you think they're going to be easy? More PvP or more PvE? Let me know in the comment section down below. Speaking of missions and speaking of the camo guides, if you need help completing any of that, don't forget we stream every single day here on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Links are down below. Make sure you stop by, hang out, and say what's up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.